And welcome back to the rundown. Today we will be talking about 3 shows, our holiday themed show, of course, Feast or Fight, Clash on Christmas, and New Year's Nemesis. We're going to get into the Thanksgiving side of things with Feast or Fight. First off, 2 former world champions at that. Hayden Vex and Void going 1-on-1. And based on the year these 2 men have had, some might consider an upset that Void would walk away with the win over Hayden Vex, and one could only imagine the type of feast he had for Thanksgiving. Now, in our main event, which was set up by Chris Jones, as he wanted to host a formal dinner, it turned into a food fight. Chris Jones decided they were going to take things to the ring. The tag team champions Violent Ending and hardcore champion Blackheart would team up to take on the XCW champion Jesse Justice, United States champion Brady Branson, and New Age champion Miano Diaz. Blackheart and Violent Ending showed absolutely zero communication skills. JJ Kelty would tag Blackheart in by just slapping him, and these miscommunication issues resulted in Justice, Branson, Diaz picking up the win in a star-studded champion 6-man tag team match. Moving on to the Christmas side of things, Clash on Christmas, where we would see hardcore champion Blackheart back in action against long-standing rival Evan Phoenix. This, of course, a hardcore match. The Christmas-themed items were out, but it would be Blackheart retaining his hardcore champion over longtime rival Evan Phoenix. Of course, next up, we would see the rap battle between myself and Jay Ellis, and we found out that Jay Ellis is a wannabe rapper. He lost to me. I shouldn't be beating him in rap battles, but here we are. Maybe after that rap battle, his mom will see who the real rapper is, you know? Get some white chocolate. Anyways, though, let's get to our main event, which saw Brady Branson and Jackson Law face off with the United States Championship on the line. We would see Brady Branson walk away victorious, but there's definitely some controversy surrounding this match, as it looked like Jackson Law had his either hand or foot under the bottom rope, but the referee didn't catch it. Now we're going to head into our first commercial break, and when we get back, we will have the 2021 Superstar of the Year, Psycore, joining us today. Commercial break. Like I said, we would have the 2021 Superstar of the Year, Psycore, joining us for today's phone interview. So, Psycore, welcome to the show. How are you doing with the new year just kicking off?
I'm doing great, man. I'm waiting for the season to kick up. I'm waiting to get back in the ring.
All right. I think everyone would say that, and it's definitely a good thing. And like I mentioned, you were the 2021 Superstar of the Year. You held the world title throughout the year, joined Royalty. Your 2021 arguably might have been the best year of your career. What would you have to say to the people who say, like, in 2021, you completely reintroduced yourself?
Man, I'm just glad to be able to wrestle, get back in the ring. I've had some injuries I've had to deal with. I've gotten over those. Thanks to no doctors at all. I'm just a human healing machine. And I set the bar to where it may not be better than anybody, but I was the most consistent. And I think that's what everybody saw in that.
They saw it big time. And you mentioned you're the human healing machine. We also know you as the Beast. Everyone in Royalty has their own nickname. Yours is the Beast. So where did you come up with this nickname for yourself?
I think it's pretty fitting after all the years. Everything that I've been through, it kind of adds up. A lot of people can't continue on with their career after some of the things that I've been through. So why not call me a beast? I just power through everything, put my head down, and I see the other side.
All right. And, throughout 2020 and a little bit before that, you were the general manager. So what are some of the difference for you when it comes to the general manager Psycore and the in-ring wrestler Psycore?
It's really it's dealing with a bunch of bullshit, if you ask me, being a GM. It's just too much. I'd rather get in the ring, be able to talk my way into the ring, and then be able to talk my way out of the ring as I win.
All right, and with the new season starting 2022, what is one bold prediction for the 2022 season that you have? It can be about yourself, or it could just be about XCW in general.
Well, with the way that 2021 went, I'm aiming for Superstar of the Year. I'm going to break records. That's what I'm looking to do. With that, I bring XCW with me.
All right, usually here we cut to a second commercial break, but I think we're going to keep Psycore on the line to talk about New Year's Nemesis. First up, we have his body bag match against Corey Lee, and it would see Psycore come away victorious. So, you finally, it seems like, put away Corey Lee. And, he claims he's like the savior of XCW, the salvation. What does it mean to you knowing that it looks like you probably put him away for at least a good amount of time?
I put him where he belongs. His attitude was getting above where he was at level-wise with everybody, and I think I just had to step in the ring with him and show that that's where he was at. Whether it takes him out for a little time, whether it takes him out for a long time, just know that I'm the one who took him out. You
definitely did. And next up, we have your royalty mate, Fletch, hosting the Peep Show, which he offered Tommy the Man Merriman a spot in royalty, which Tommy turned down. Hayden Vex took offense to that, and they will face off at Cold Day in Hell. Hayden Vex versus Tommy the Man Merriman. Psycore, what do you have to say to Tommy about saying no to being in royalty?
Well, he sure said yes when it came to Princess Chili, so he can say yes when he wants to. But when it came to being part of the real team, he wanted to back down. That's the type of the man that Merriman really is.
All right, then fair to say you're definitely rooting for Hayden Vex at Cold Day in Hell, I'd assume. Last but not least, we had Kurt Acid, after winning Elimination Chain, got his XCW Championship match against Jesse Justice. And to the shock of many, it would be Jesse Justice making Kurt Acid tap out. What happened afterwards, though, we would see myself, I decided to tease a cash in. So, Psycore, let me ask you, I didn't cash in, but between myself, Jesse Justice, and Kurt Acid, in your opinion, who would make the best XCW champion for 2022?
I'm going to say Jesse Justice. He's really stepped into himself. He's figured out where he's at. And I think from here, all he sees is the limelight, and he goes ahead.
Jesse Justice.
I wouldn't put me out of the picture or anything. Just know that.
Yeah, with royalty by your side, you never really know. And Jesse Justice, I think, is someone who could be a big favorite for 2022 Superstar of the Year. So before we get into our XCW Extra, make your prediction, who will be the 2022 Superstar of the Year?
It's going to be me. I'm going to be the guy that breaks that record to be able to hold Superstar of the Year 2 times in a row. It's never been done. It's going to be done. Count on it.
All right, well, you all heard it here first. Psycore looking to go back-to-back like Jordan in 96, 97, so we'll definitely have to see if that happens. But make sure you stick around for today's XCW Extra and a unique matchup between El Jabronio and Trinity Parker.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we go for another edition of XCW Extra here on the rundown, and we have a very unique and a very special match for you here on the rundown this week, as you can currently hear the music of someone who's become quite the fan favorite. We're talking about none other than El Jabronio as he now makes his way to the ring.
I'd say El Jabronio is probably one of the fan favorites here, I think. When we have seen him in past dark matches here, he seems to mock someone.
And, yeah.
I'm not sure who he's mocking. It looks like he's mocking Venom.
Yeah. Or turtle stuck on a shelf.
Who really knows with El Jabronio? It seems like, he treats this thing as he's just out there to have a good time.
He is definitely out there to have a good time, but when it comes down to business, he finds a way to get some W's, as we've seen him in the past. He's knocked off Brogan O'Shea, and now he's got an opportunity, a unique opportunity, to win another match here tonight against Trinity Parker. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard that right. He's going one-on-one with the manager of Deacon Storm, Trinity Parker, here on XCW Extra.
Before we saw El Jabronio come on out, you did say this was a unique extra match. And with Trinity Parker versus El Jabronio, it's definitely unique in a sense of they both aren't people we see often when it comes to in-ring stuff, like the matches. Of course, we see Trinity Parker with Deacon Storm. But outside of a couple of matches earlier in the year and then an Extreme King appearance, she's not someone who's got her feet wet for in-ring action.
And now we await for the entrance here of one Trinity Parker. And the music is playing. We're ready to go. We're about to be joined here by Deacon Storm's manager, Trinity Parker.
Since she became the manager of Deacon Storm, he's definitely went on a little bit of a run. We saw he held the Hardcore Championship for a majority of this past year. Had a great feud with EJ Wolbert, and it just seems like she's added new motivation to Storm.
Yeah, and we know that she's had a little bit of ring time herself. She competed and was a part of XCWA before the closure of the company, and so she's had some time in the ring, and so being combative, being competitive is part of her nature as well. So El Jabronio may have his work cut out for him in this.
Who knows? I know I'm cocky being a scholar, but one-on-one, she's 1-0 against me, so
yeah,
not much for me to say there. But here we see once again El Jabronio mocking someone.
And I think this is the things that make El Jabronio a fan favorite, that he doesn't take himself too seriously, and that he's just out there to have a good time. If he's having a good time, more than likely the people watching him are having a good time. Referee Festus calls for the bell, but El Jabronio, he doesn't want to, I guess it would be a wardrobe malfunction.
Well, yeah, we don't really want to know who he is. He wants to hide his identity, so he's just making sure it's safe.
And I think he's ready to go here. El Jabronio, Trinity Parker 1-on-1 here on XCW Extra, and look at that sportsmanship there from Trinity Parker. She goes low with those hard kicks, immediately taking Jabronio down, and now she goes to work on the shoulder of El Jabronio.
She kind of tricked El Jabronio into that as soon as they did bump fists, like you said, that deadly kick, and now we see her just wrenching away at the shoulder. She might be trying to end things early, try to get El Jabronio to tap out.
And, 2021 was a rough year for Trinity Parker, so I think a win for her here is definitely going to, have a little bit of a confidence boost.
We see El Jabronio back to his feet here.
And mind games and tricks from El Jabronio. But Trinity wants none of it. As she body checks him. Got him a little bit wobbly. She winds it up in a huge clothesline, taking Jabronio to the mat. Trinity firmly in control. She goes for a cover here, 2, and a kick out from Jabronio.
That clothesline took Jabronio right off of his feet, and even after he kicked out, a smart thing from Parker here, she's staying on top of El Jabronio.
Yeah, she's staying on that shoulder, that arm as well, and to To be completely honest, I don't even know if El Jabronio has a finishing move, but...
I mean, I don't know. He goes for that elbow, I guess. People's elbow. That might be his finish.
Yeah,
but
possibly.
I don't think I've ever witnessed him actually hit the elbow drop.
That's true, yeah. Well, nonetheless, we have Trinity Parker in control. Is she going to drop the dreaded knee?
No, that's too dirty.
Oh.
And no, Jabronio got lucky. She didn't go for it. Now she goes to work on the leg. And she's just attacking body parts here.
Yeah, we saw it first with the shoulder, and now here just with the leg in general, once again wrenching away at El Jabronio.
And Jabronio might have done a thumb to the eye there, Trinity Parker. Not exactly what you would see every single day, but none of this match is.
Yeah, it looks like it's bought El Jabronio some breathing time. Maybe he's going to check on Trinity Parker.
A hard right hand from Trinity Parker to El Jabronio, but I think Jabronio's hulking up here. Uh-oh, Trinity may be in trouble now. She goes for the punch. It's blocked. Jabronio, hard right hands. Is he going to do what I think he's about to do? Yes, a big boot. And a leg drop down on Trinity Parker. This could be it. The atomic leg drop. 2. And no.
El Jabronio was looking to pick up his second win in appearances we've seen on the Rundown. I mean, he's 1-0 when it comes to matches on the Rundown.
I don't think anyone's ever kicked out of the atomic leg drop.
Looks like he's grabbing Venom's mask, might be trying to hulk up even more.
Uh-oh. You called it. I think he's going for the elbow. The Jabroni beaten. Well, maybe. Oh, and he missed.
Like I said, I don't really think I've ever seen Jabronio hit that elbow drop.
And now Trinity shots to the midsection. Knees here. In control of this match. And an uppercut. And just lays Jabronio out.
I believe she calls that the 3 Rivers here. And now just a weird cover.
But it was effective. She put all of her weight down on his shoulders. There was no way El Jabronio was going to kick out of that. And Trinity Parker walks away with the win here.
Yep, and she starts off 2022 in a huge way. And like you said, this might be a big boost of confidence for her.
And, if she can get a win here, imagine what she could do for her client Deacon Storm ahead of the 2022 season. But ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for being here with us on the XCW Rundown. We will see you later.